Hello and welcome to my reaction to the evolution of indie film songs from 1931 to 2022, the most popular songs of each year by musics. Okay, you guys have been asking for, like compilation and evolution videos for a long time. But yeah, thank you for suggesting this one. I wanted to do them, but I've kind of focused on songs, trailers, etc. Um, yeah, there's a lot of things you guys want me to check out. I'm doing what I can. Just impossible to check out everything all the time, right? But I'll try to do compilation once in a while. And maybe with compilation like this, I might be able to do a stream. Like I think reacting to full song on stream is like a bad idea for copyright. But with compilation is like short part of the song. So maybe it would be okay. I might try that at some point, yeah. So yeah, let's look at the evolution. Link for the original video in the description, the link to the music's channel, my Discord, Streamlabs, Patreon, where you can support me, request reaction. Let's see what we get. Let's see if I know any song now. That'd be cool. So it's crazy to me with recording from so long ago. It's nice to see some of the footage of the movie too. Beautiful. Always the crazy high pitch, right? Kumar must be a very common name, right, in India, I assume. I've seen it in a lot of artists and also like some of you guys, the commenters. I've seen that name quite a few times. My observation so far for the first 10 years is like, I've said it before and I say it a lot in the reaction to the songs, right? But India seems to have a lot of like super traditional instruments and style of singing that always comes back even in like modern song. Um, you know, I've noticed that in so much of what I checked out, right? Like a lot of your song, even from today, they feel kind of like traditional, so like old school, right? And listening to some of the song from like, the 30s and early 40s, some of them, obviously outside of the quality, right? I feel like they wouldn't be weird coming out today. I mean, you guys tell me what you think. You're more used to the music, so maybe, it's still because I'm like new to it that I can't tell the difference. But a lot of this isn't that extremely different from a lot of the modern song I checked out, you know what I mean? Where like there's so much of the traditional singing technique and instruments that, yeah, it's really like preserving the style of song in the last 80, 90 years, which is kind of crazy. Though obviously, I'm sure like back then, most of the songs were traditional, while now there's like so much variety in India music compared to back then, I assume. Since, there's so much more musician now, so much more people and musician, yeah. Makes sense. Sharp voice. This song sounds kind of familiar. The style is definitely very consistent between songs. I was gonna say, like, I'm gonna be very surprised if there's no Lata Mangeshkar. Here we go. Here we go. I was thinking like that's gonna be weird. There we go. There might be a lot of her from now on, I
मेरा
assume.
जूता है जापानी ये पतलून इंग्लिस्तानी सर
Second
पे
song by
लाल
Mukesh.
टोपी रूसी
सुनो बंधु ये है बॉम्बे मेरी जान
दिल है मुश्किल सर जो तेरा चकराए क्या
Ahmed
दिल
Rafi is
डूबा
very popular
जाए
too.
आजा प्यारे
हाल कैसा है जनाब का
क्या ख्याल है आपका किसी की मुस्कुराहटों
Mukesh.
से हो निसार किसी का दर्द मिल सके
प्यार किया तो
Putain, Mukesh
डरना
Kar.
क्या जब प्यार
Sheback.
किया तो डरना
कभी ना जाओ छोड़ कर के दिल
Okay, so I guess you can see like the difference from like the 30s, 40s, where I guess Indian cinema is pretty new, and it's a lot of different artists every year, right? But now we're like in the 50s and 60s, where I guess superstar and actual like stars, actors and actress and uh, you know like song musician start appearing, right? So we have the same name coming up a bunch of time. It's kind of cool to see that happen, right? Like now we have really the stars that have like a hit song every year.
अभी भरा
आपकी नजरों ने समझा
Here we go.
जो वादा किया वो निभाना पड़ेगा बोल राधा बोल संगम होगा के नहीं
Mukesh had a big career.
मन की गंगा है मेरी ज़ोहरज भी तुझे मालूम नहीं तू अभी तक है हंसी बहारों
Mohamed Rafi too.
बरसाओ मेरा महबूब
फोटो में ऐसी बात में दबा के चली आई खुल जाए वही बात तो
मेरे सामने वाली खिड़की में एक चांद का टुकड़ा रहता मेरे सपनों की रानी कब आएगी तू आए रुत मस्तानी कब जीना यहाँ मरना यहाँ इसके सिवा जा
हमारा दम मिट जाए हम
I like this. Pizza.
यारी है ईमान मेरा यार मेरी जिंदगी मेरा जीवन कोरा कागज कोरा ही
I guess I was just thinking about it, but I think I get the point. I was thinking like this is the 70s, like in other country, music has really changed by now, Like there was still probably a lot of traditional music style up to this point. But by now, 60s, 70s, there's a lot more like modern instrument and electronic element coming. And I was thinking like, why is it that India like really seems to keep like the traditional style so late? But actually it makes sense because obviously like colonization, right? The Britishers dominion over India, right? So like I'm sure for a lot of time, you know, like there was no opportunity to advance music or like, even think about that, right? Too busy trying to survive. And then independence was only like 20 years by this point, mid 70s. And so obviously I'm sure like a big push by everybody in India, from the politician to the regular people to the musician, is to go back to the root, right? So like try to do all this traditional style. Um, so that makes sense. And I guess it makes sense why it's still kind of like that today, right? Like the whole thing about like, you know, trying to make up for the 2 centuries of humiliation by focusing extremely on the traditional sides of things, I guess it's not just in music, right? So I guess I just answered my own question, I assume. That's why, it seems to be only this day, for example, you guys seems to have like more like pop group artists kind of popping up and stuff like that, right? Because that wasn't part of the culture before. And again, the culture seems to have focused on more like keeping the traditional style of songs and singing. I just answered my own question. Well, tell me if there's more to it, but that makes sense to me. Mukesh again.
पर्दा है पर्दा पर्दा है पर्दा पर्दे के
अखियों की झरोखों
Emlata.
से मैंने देखा जो था दो लफ्जों की
Amitabh Bich. That's a name.
शीशा हो या दिल हो आखिर
और मेरे अंगने में तुम्हारा क्या काम है
Maybe it's a different one, actually, I don't know.
जाने में I am a disco dancer
Oh,
I am a
well, that's different.
dancer
This feels like the anomaly, right? I mean, let's see the rest of the song from the 80s, but this feels like the anomaly. Yeah. Yeah. So much Lata Mangeshkar. That one was kind of standard too. Interesting. A song about Hawaii.
My name is Lakhan my name is Lakhan
Like, yeah, so that one like disco song was really the anomaly of the 80s. I mean, I'm sure there was like other popular, song of the genre, right? But as far as like number one, right? I've got to remember this is just the number one song. It doesn't mean that there was like no, like in the 70s, 80s, and yeah, there was no rock, there was no disco, there was no, more modern stuff. Like I know there was, right? I just mean as far as like what ends up as the absolute most popular, right? Obviously, I'm sure there was some of every style of music. I don't doubt it. Yeah, makes me wonder like was there any metal band in the 80s from India? Like metal kind of started like late 70s or mid 70s and really popped off in the 80s. I kind of wonder now. Yeah, that could be cool to check out. If there's any metal fan watching, if you know any like classic band. I said it before, but one thing that doesn't seem to change throughout the years is this like piercing high pitch style, Lata Mangeshkar style. For female singer artist.
देखा तो ये जाना सनम प्यार होता है परदेसी परदेसी जाना नहीं मुझे छोड़ संदेशे आते हैं हमें तड़पाते हैं चिट्ठी
This cold border. 98, I was born. See, this style singing. It's really, I guess, the most popular style singing.
बोले चूड़ियां बोले कंगना
Yes.
हाय मैं हो गया
I've reacted to this song.
जो है समा कल हो ना हो
Okay, now we can notice late 90s, early 2000. There's definitely a bit more variety of music style, yeah. Definitely. There's still a lot of the traditional style, as I like to call it, but still, we can see with songs like this, yeah, a bit more of the modern vibe. Oh, yeah, okay, that's definitely the modern vibe.
जान सिफारिश जो करता हमारी देता वो तुमको बता मैं अगर कहूँ तुम सा
I think I checked out the Shreya Ghoshal before.
तुम्हें खुदा जाने के मैं फिदा हूँ खुदा तेरा होने लगा हूँ
The beats and the electronic elements are coming in. Oh, the song sounds pretty cool. Yeah, I've definitely seen some Shreya Ghoshal. I should sing easier. Okay, so I guess we've fully made the switch. I mean, obviously, I've checked out quite a good amount of song from more recent time, right? The last 10 to 20 years, I would say. And I guess maybe it's more like I've given myself a wrong impression of what's the most popular songs, right? Because I guess my impression was most of the songs I checked out still had like a lot of traditional instruments, right? Um, but listening to the song from, I guess, after 2000, seems like most of the number one hits are actually, much more like modern electronic style to an extent. Not all of them, but a lot of them. Interesting.
स्वैग से करेंगे सबका स्वागत
Yeah, that's my sing modern style.
बेख्याली में भी तेरा ही ख्याल आए
Damn.
के रातां लंबे
Originality, yeah, no.
कटे तेरे संगया संगया रे के
Big fan now.
तेरा इश्क है पिया
Legit sing.
रंग जाऊं जो
Interesting. Interesting. Okay, well, that was fun to watch. That was definitely fun to watch. I have some observation. Tell me what you think about my observation. That's all I can say, but I quite enjoyed it. I definitely need to do more top. And again, I've been wanting to do like streams for the channel, the India channel. Maybe at some point I could try to do a stream just for like compilation one day, it could be fun. Yeah, some good stuff. Okay, well, I hope you guys enjoyed the reaction. That was a long one. Like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you guys next time. See you.